If a friend wants to sell you a car, do you buy it without learning how much mileage is in it? Is the engine still good? Or when was the last time the oil was changed? Or how messed up the wheels are? Like today, we want to search something up before committing. And because you are on social media, you are very searchable. Hello there, and welcome to the Your Project Shepherd podcast. My name is Francis, and I am the current media and marketing manager for Crafted Custom Homes. And today I am stepping in for Curtis because this week I wanted to build on last week's topic, which was marketing. So, in case you missed it last week, Curtis spoke with Lauren Jefferson. She is the co-founder and CEO of Focus Copy, a copywriting agency that helps businesses keep consistent messaging and communication with their customers. And they talked about why builders struggle with engaging leads and building trust with customers before meeting them. So be sure to listen to that because today I'm going to build on that by talking to you about marketing strategies in social media. So today's topic is how to get started in social media marketing as a builder or designer. I'm going to be addressing some of the fears in social media marketing. So by the end, hopefully you will feel pumped and excited to get started. This is going to be a somewhat long conversation, so be sure to get comfy, grab a cup of coffee, and let's get started. So the big question, the big kahuna of why should we do social media marketing? So why social media marketing over other forms of marketing? Well, the first thing is that social media is free. You don't need a massive ad budget. You don't need a marketing degree to start showing up online. Anyone can create a profile. Anyone can create a business account. Anyone can post regularly. It doesn't cost a dime. And that makes it one of the most affordable marketing tools as a small business, especially if you're only doing local marketing. Another thing is that social media reaches far more people than word of mouth. So traditional word of mouth is probably the most underrated form of marketing to get customers. However, it's limited to your personal circle and it stops when you stop. So social media essentially takes that idea of word of mouth and projects it to hundreds, if not thousands of people online. And a single post can be liked, it could be shared, and pretty much reach beyond your immediate network. So friends of coworkers, friends of business associates. Really, social media reaches anyone who is on the platform. And pretty much most potential customers will likely be on that platform because everyone has a smartphone. In today's society in 2025, probably, I want to say 90% of the population uses smartphones. These social media platforms are designed for people to be glued to their screens. When you are, let's say, scrolling social media during lunch, let's say you post a photo, someone can see it during their lunch break, repost it or share it. Then some customer at night while you're asleep can see it and then share that to their friend, relative who's looking for a service. And you might get that referral by lunchtime the next day. So you show up to a place, which is their smartphone. You show up to their phones in a way that you're meeting them on their terms and they're warmer to you because you're doing it through a social media platform they use. And you'll probably get more reactions than cold calls or mailing or being awkward like I'm doing right now. But everyone uses a smartphone. And another thing is that social media works while you sleep. Unlike word of mouth, social media does not clock out. You post a photo or a video and it's up there 24/7, meaning someone can discover your work maybe 3 months down the line, maybe a year down the line if they don't need you right now. And they can save that post and refer back to it later when they actually need your service. So your content will keep working the more you post. So that's pretty much why we need social media marketing. Now let's talk about the process of how to get started.
If you found value in this episode of Your Project Shepherd podcast, please consider leaving us a review and sharing it with your friends. That helps us expand our reach and bring this content to more people. Thanks for being here.
Step number one, choose one platform and just get started. I know that seems like a cop out, but telling you step one to get started, I mean, hey, don't shoot the messenger. There are way too many platforms right now. There's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever stuff they come up with within the next 5 or 6 years. There's so much social media out there, and there's so many platforms, and it's overwhelming as a beginner. You don't have the skills yet, so you don't have to do everything. So, as Curtis would say on the show, everything starts at the foundation. And your first platform will be your training ground. Because once you have trained yourself, you can easily transfer those social media skills of taking photos, of taking videos, of writing posts and sharing posts and editing and other stuff like that. You can easily transfer that to other platforms. That's no big deal. So, how do you choose your first platform? Well, for me, I recommend people to start learning by doing. A lot of the platforms you'll realize as you explore, they kind of do a similar thing. A lot of people took inspiration from TikTok. So, like YouTube, for instance, has their own vertical reels on their phone. I think Instagram is the biggest thief because they took stories from Snapchat and they have TikTok reels as well. They pretty much do the same thing, but you can literally choose whichever platform that you want. So I recommend people to choose the platform you think you'll enjoy or where your ideal customer is. And if you tried it, but you don't like it, abandon it. If you enjoy the platform, but your customers aren't there, why not keep the account? Maybe be active once a month or two. Just keep the name because sometimes social media platforms will grow more popular as they mature, very similar to Facebook and Instagram. If you think customers are there, but you're not having fun, feel free to post and ghost, meaning you post your photo and you don't interact with anything else. You just leave the platform, do other stuff. But the bright spot is if you're having fun and your ideal customers are there. That, my friend, is a win-win situation. But Francis, you might be thinking, I'm a builder. I'm not a content creator. Or I like that, but I don't have time. Well, I'm going to teach you a strategy real quick, and that is to document and not create. Because the truth is, you already have content. You're already producing content as a business owner because you're already documenting your work. If you are, let's say, a builder who works with a lot of customers or multiple clients, you are most likely taking pictures or video of the work that is being done and sending it to your customers. So, one thing you can do is while you're taking those photos, take maybe 2 or 3 extra photos for Instagram. Sharing what you're working on is probably the best thing that you can do as a business owner. There's an idea called the curse of knowledge that states that throughout our everyday life, we assume that everyone knows about it. We think the simplest things like using a tape measure or using a balancer or cutting wood might be the most mundane task in your job. However, for a non expert or a potential customer, that might be super marvel and super interesting to them. And they want to go down the rabbit hole of stuff. That's really the most technical way to say it, but they'll go down the rabbit hole of stuff. We're going to be discussing more later about what happens when you start posting every day, but just know that the more you post, the more you will be seen as knowledgeable or an expert. So you start posting photos and videos, and occasionally, maybe once a day or once every week or 2 or 3 times every week, you might feel that social media is super fake. Well, the truth is, social media proves that you exist. And because the more you post, the more you are trustworthy, the more customers are reminded that you exist, that you can service them, and they feel comfortable because they can find you online. Let's take a friend recommending a movie, for example. When a friend recommends you a movie, do you immediately watch it without Googling it? Maybe 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to look up some sort of trailer, review. I want to see who's acting in it. If a friend wants to sell you a car, do you buy it without learning how much mileage is in it? Or is the engine still good? Or is there, when was the last time the oil was changed? Or how messed up the wheels are? Like today, we want to search something up before committing. And because you are on social media, you are very searchable. Most recently, Instagram is working with Google to have their photos be more searchable on the platform. Someone can type in Google in a search engine, type in, I don't know, modern home construction 2025 with pool. They can see photos of what they're searching for that are from Instagram, and they can find you. Another thing about social media is it doesn't really be fake because it will build community. Because the more you interact with people on social media, you're going to run into like minded people. You might run into subcontractors, you might run into potential friends that are interested in the same things that you are. You build genuine relationships with the people around you. And sometimes you'll run into people who know you more from your social media than you in person. And it builds a community around your brand. And because you're building that community through social media, your business can last longer than someone who did not use any social media at all. So, social media builds a community of repeat customers, people who will vouch and represent your work. And that was definitely helpful to you as a business owner. So, you might post and keep doing what you're doing and start feeling discouraged because your posts are not being seen. There's little to no engagement. What if I told you that in today's world, in 2025, we are probably in the best time to be a social marketing creator because social media right now is so interest driven and it's compounding. So, what do I mean by that? So, as of 2025, as I'm filming this, the top social medias are all interest driven. They are all essentially taking stuff from TikTok. They present you a feed when you just open the app. Even if it's a brand new account, you will open the app, something is being shown to you through some sort of algorithm. For example, on TikTok, when you open the app, you immediately see a video. What video gets seen? I don't know. That's really up to the TikTok algorithm. I didn't subscribe to that. TikTok showed it to me. Other platforms like Facebook and Instagram, a feed of pictures is immediately shown to you. And you didn't do anything. We are living in the age where it's no longer like the 70s or the 80s where you have to subscribe to Sports Illustrated for sports and National Geographic for animals. The social platforms nowadays are delivering the content to you to give you the content that you want. So you can post about your business. Someone will most likely see, oh, that that business is doing plumbing. I think that that's definitely something that I'm thinking about for my home renovation. I should definitely look into them. Or same thing for even the most boring tasks like insulation, for example, or tile. Like, do you know how much different types of tile out there are in the world? Like billions, it feels like. So just posting about your business, people will be shown lots of different things from your account, and you don't have to do anything. So you're continuing to post, but then you think, Francis, well, I'm not really sure how to explain exactly what I do because I'm a multi skilled business. I'm thinking of the companies who do multiple things like, I don't know, home performance, energy related trades, different types of inspections or contractor work. The more I will say to that, the more you post, the more you will find your voice, because finding your voice is not something that you start out with. If you have children or nieces and nephews, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They're sweet children, and then they hit puberty, and then they go through their teenage phase, and then they go through multiple phases, and then um, as they get older, God willing, they will hopefully mellow out. Well, it's the same idea with your social media account. I know as builders or engineers or designers, we want everything planned out. However, because social media is so changing, it changes every month, it could change every year, it could even change in a few weeks or so. There so you can't really plan everything. You can't figure out what your voice is. You have to keep posting and refine that the more that you create. So if there's anything that you take away from this video, it is to just pick a platform, just get started, and just keep going. So if you made it to the end of this, thank you so much for listening. I hope you got some value out of this. I hope this makes you excited and pumped to start posting on social media. If you did, please share this with another builder or business owner that you think needs to up their marketing. If you have a burning question about marketing, please let me know at podcast@yourprojectshepherd.com, and be sure to ask Curtis to give me a raise. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.